うん。ああ、いて
Took Spyreton all by yourself, huh? I prefer the path of least people shooting at me, but that's just me.
うん。間違ったか。パラダイスアイランドに戻ってくることがあるんですかな。うん。ある。なんかあれだったよな。
What fortune! Our technician manifests at last. Halt there. You match the description of the technician we have been vigilantly awaiting, but as they say, assumptions made are mistakes readied. Present yourself, so that I may take the measure of you.
このメンバーじゃダメだ。うん。ブリスタンか。もう二人な気がする。
make it a habit of walking away and leaving work unfinished, technician? Some might label me mistrustful, but I wonder at your sudden assignment to this matter. Your tardiness, too, invites questions. It raises doubt you are even who you presume to be. Not ordinarily, no, but we are at war. These are uncommon circumstances, and you have not given me sufficient reason to trust you. Both the corporatists and those underhanded smugglers, Sub Rosa, have attempted to infiltrate our ranks before, embedding their own operatives. Not that they have ever been truly successful, of course. The Protectorate is mightily impregnable. Any true subject would easily spot a cuckoo in the nest. There is no mistaking the zeal and ardor in your voice. I will not apologize for my caution, though I will acknowledge I held amounts of it in overabundance. You may avail yourself of the satellite. Matriarch guide you in your work. Go about your business, then.
ラグった。私とこちゃんと。
People are gonna start to talk. Aren't you reliable? I just need one moment to copy the data. There, all done. Thank you ever so much. Was there anything else you wish to discuss? No need to wait for permission. Ask them. I was assigned to the Order as a girl, but never really found my footing there. Too unfocused, they said. A distraction to others. Then the schism happened and everything went topsy-turvy. In all the chaos, an agent from Sub Rosa made contact. She made me an offer and I liked how the math worked out. If I had to theorize, Sub Rosa must have seen me as their in to the Order. And through them, I saw an eventual way out. My left pinky feels a little tingly. All jesting aside, no. I learned it's best not to exceed a moderate amount of caring when it comes to the actions of others. You'll only be disappointed.
I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion web. Hopefully you shall facilitate that. Now, how might we be of use to one another? Yes! Excellent! Take that, reductionists! Your horrid little surveillance devices shall finally be used for what their purpose should have been! Don't tell anyone about that outburst, please. Here's something to keep you quiet. Yes, you've earned not only my trust, but the Order's as well. I hope you'll continue working with us in the future. I've informed the presiding bishop you're coming to speak with her. She can be found in the room off the main stairwell. I'm sure I don't need to say this, but if you even think about bringing harm to Ruth, I shall know. Be on your very, very best behavior.
Ah.15分で攻撃を1回受けない。10秒ダメージを受けない。限り、撃撃のチャージがこれなんだ。うん。それで
Ah, there you are. I was informed by Gertie you've agreed to help us reconvene negotiations. With your aid, Auntie's Choice and the Order will soon be rivals no longer. Just think of all we can accomplish if our two sides reject fractiousness and combine our efforts. Remember, seek out ways to help both sides. Engender trust. Gertie and I will let you know when it's time to move forward. In the meantime, I might recommend you work on honing your oratory skills. Our presiding bishop and Auntie Cleo can be challenging to debate with. Good to see you again. I had hoped we could speak earlier, but no. Since the unfortunate end of the peace talks, Gertie and I have kept... When you go in to speak with the presiding bishop, please raise the issue with her. I assure you this is the correct thing to do for your... Farewell.
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue. but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. A bright star in a constellation of possibilities, as it were. Now with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause. Faith is trust without evidence. You deserve far more than that. Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relationships by 5.3%. So, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ruth Bassar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, Supreme Calculator, and, plan willing, the architect of Arcadia's prosperous future. I admit, when I sent my initial message, I did not exactly know who its recipient would be. But I trusted the plan, and lo and behold, it provided you as the solution. Your recent exploits at Greater Tranquility Station have certainly made for compelling reading material. Confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station? Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement. If your actions were so easily imitable, then we would not be speaking right now. Accept the credit. However, there's something of even greater import we must discuss. It's recently come to my attention that secret communications have been exchanged between Laplace's garden and the undisputed claim. Do you know anything about that? I should have known. Vicar Levin has made this appeal to me at least thrice since his return. He really cannot accept a solution he did not devise. Yes, perhaps this is a fine opportunity to curve death's grim median. I will put the question to you one final time. Are you certain you would rather pursue this path than work exclusively with the Order? There will be no future option to reconsider. Then I will endeavor to bring that vision to fruition, if the plan wills it. A true in-person meeting between myself and Auntie could never take place due to the security risks. But perhaps a remote conference could be a viable alternative. The odds of you persuading Auntie Cleo to agree are unfavorable. But the math does improve if you have greater standing within her corporation. Oh, I am well aware of your extracurriculars. I only lacked the context to understand them until now. You've certainly built out a commendable framework for this discussion. Hopefully your forward thinking extends to the negotiations themselves. Once you have met with Auntie, instruct her to send me a communique. We can finesse the details of a conference then. My time is yours, for the moment. Oh, the Laureate Council simply draws a name out of a hat. No? Go figure. In reality, I was recommended for my position by the preceding bishop. Paired with my skills as a seer, I was the natural choice when it came time for the council to vote. My predecessor, Presiding Bishop Orlo, and I had a close working relationship. He knew I possessed the skills and temperament for the role. I counted him a friend. Orlo shared with me his doubts about the Order's partnership with the Protectorate, the compromises made. He had many such regrets at the end of his life. It was not the only determining factor, but yes, it factored in. Call it proof of concept. Laplace's garden is more than its aesthetic. It offers a vision of a future free from the despotic rule of narrow-minded jingoists, where the fruit of the plan can finally ripen. It saddens me to see the garden so despoiled by our wartime presence. But with the loss of Spireton, necessity dictated we quarter here in the interim. May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
Hmm. おばさんと話すか。Ugh.
Love, laugh, purchase, and consume.
I just had word from that old number cruncher on Cloister. Alden tells me you've agreed to continue the work we began at Greater Tranquility Station. Grand. A collaboration between Auntie's Choice and the Order will truly reward all of Arcadia, not to mention the Order itself. If they partner with us, it's only a matter of time before they come to see that profits are a more tangible proof of progress than those unquantifiable theories they get lost in.
I see you're back from the Protectorate's little mind manipulation spell. All their secrets in hand, yes?
Our team at Proprietary Insight Acquisition has been salivating over the potential commercial applications of that process. Oh, all right.
I, for one, care little for the completion of stretch goals. You managed to avoid being mentally refreshed. That demonstrates considerable pluck and fortitude.
Now, I assume you won't mind we have a few questions about the process. Our people will extract details about the pharmacology and methodology. That will all no doubt prove useful, but we're most interested in the technology and its results. Can't say I like the sound of that. Seems like they'd be difficult to market to.
How truly unfortunate. Those without desire or drive make terrible customers. They could barely even be considered consumers at all.
What else can you tell us about the place? Turn up any additional details? Anything especially marketable? That's certainly interesting. Intriguing, even. What else? But still, they keep on marketing it as virtually foolproof, don't they? So much for their vaunted moral high ground, and so much for us exploiting that piece of technology. Ah, good to know, good to know. Excellent. Well, here's your reward, along with something extra for your effort. Too bad about the lead scientist. Converting him would have earned you an above-average payout. All right, for your next assignment, well, it's something of an organizational priority.
Congratulations! Your storied success has earned you a whole entire minute with our illustrious leader, Auntie Cleo!
So your preliminary chores are complete? Finally, a contractor with a little backbone. Normally they flee or expire, leaving the work woefully incomplete. Ah, I remember you from before. Fairfield, yes? Tell me, as an outside agent, do you have any quandaries working with our organization? Good, good. If only more employees shared your dispassionate air, I'd spend less time burying workforce resources complaints. Do hope you'll forgive these two. They're competing for a rather significant promotion, you see. It tends to make employees fractious, like young ursopods cooped up in the den. So, you've been advancing a fairly radical idea with a group that, to date, we've considered our rivals. I received a most curious transmission from Ruth Bassar, presiding bishop of the order, proposing we discuss the prospect of our groups working together. She stated this was your idea. A cessation of hostilities could present any number of potentially profitable options, assuming we could work out favorable terms. Are you sure you'd rather pursue this over your current exclusive contract with us? Before I contact Ruth, I want to be 110% certain. Fine. I'll initiate a call with Ruth through a secure line in the conference room next door. Let's pick this up there. Don't keep me waiting. Look who it is, the instigator of this little affair. Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader of the Order's too busy crunching numbers to attend to business. There we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical issues. Cloister's atmosphere has a tendency to... Oh, yes. Regale us with a thorough account of Cloister's atmosphere. Spare no detail. This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better. If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed. From where I'm positioned, I sense 3 sore points still in need of massage. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology. Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference from Auntie's choice. What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it to far more practical use. Imagine the marketing strategies it could develop. I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question. I am amenable to that proposition. Less work on our part. I'm waiting to hear an argument that would support such a ludicrous proposal. That is a compelling vision of the future. One I could perhaps support. Involving money in science seems questionable. But having access to Auntie's resources would be useful for our research. Fine. Yes, I agree. Reluctantly. Ruth, I commend you for being so receptive. And I assure you that Auntie's choice values science. Nothing bad has ever happened when science and commerce are combined. On the subject of science, it would be most prudent for us to discuss who will be overseeing the management of skip drives, specifically the production of skip cores. No one understands production like we do. Besides which, we have far more experience using skip drives. It was how we came to Arcadia, after all. Where Auntie's choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly excel. Do not exclude us from consideration merely for lack of experience. So you ramp up production? And then what? Hand skip drives out for free to whoever wants one? Preposterous! And a waste of a perfectly good monopoly. We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to. And a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity.
ボーカリス団が LINE を合成に規制を作成して漫画で製造に担当した動画。これでいくか。
That assumes Auntie's choice would even abide by such a list of restrictions, and which would almost be impossible for the Order to enforce. Not to worry. We can build a regulatory commission to oversee production and make sure everything is up to Auntie's choice and Order standards. Oh, partiality concerns are a thing of the past. Obviously, regulators would be incentivized to care most about the safety of the consumer. You know, right after production costs. As would the likelihood that we will eventually improve upon it. We shall allow Auntie's control of the current design. There is still the question of who takes possession of the Protectorate's rift technology once the war is finished. Although the science is still largely theoretical, this technology could be used to not only close rifts, but create new ones. A dangerous power indeed, left in the wrong hands. The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's choice would actually use it. For good, of course. In a gainful manner.
これについてはルーズにしますね。インタビューで科学者に任せる。共有できるんじゃない？
A 50-50 split? But that's so equal. Goodwill rarely converts well into bits, but I suppose I do take your point. If Ruth's open to it, I believe I can agree on the general terms here. And, well, we can haggle over minor quibbling details like percentages later.
I shall look forward to brokering the math with you, Cleo. There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on Praetor, controlled by Auntie's Choice.
I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth, and what comes out of it is hardly safe for general use. Out of professional curiosity, what could you possibly need with such dangerous compounds? Running a little experiment, are we? On what? Or whom?
That is, quite frankly, none of your concern.
Precisely. Partners don't withhold secrets, although they can and probably should withhold extremely dangerous chemicals if not properly notified of what they will be used for.
I will make no progress with my request without further explanation, will I? While the archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed which allows one to interact with it directly. Brain-to-logic assembly, as it were. Unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I require these chemicals to finish it. Perhaps I have not been entirely forthright. This treatment will enact a permanent change in my personality. Irreversible. But it will not cost me anything I would lament losing.
And I thought we were the ones who threw caution to the wind. Ah, well, Ruth, if worst comes to worst, I'd be happy to serve as a substitute teacher for the Order.
A generous offer, but I fear you lack a certain number of qualifications. Conscience, for example. You sound just like Laureate Beckett. I'm weary of having this debate, especially as I can never seem to win it. Very well. Never mind about the chemicals. Now is not the time for risky experimentation at any rate.
Oh, bother. Here I wanted to see Ruth lobotomize herself. Oh, well. Best I'll say is today's outcome is workable. Barely. Our gains were not as exclusive as I had hoped they'd be.
Arriving at any arrangement even remotely equitable was statistically improbable. Be glad our mediator managed to find a middle path forward. As am I. You certainly have a way of curving probability into your favor.
Well, that'll be all for today. Don't forget to purchase the latest in Auntie's Choice products out on the value-added Esplanade, or enjoy a refreshing cocktail at the Best Choice. And do come see me personally when you have time. I have just the thing in mind for an accomplished freelancer such as yourself.
One moment. There are still the logistics of recapturing the archive to consider.
We'll, of course, provide our expert troops to support these efforts. Have your people call my people to sort details. Doodaloo!
Brusque as ever. Auntie's troopers will certainly help us manage the Protectorate forces easier, especially if supported by your help. But it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place. Fortunately, I have already given this some thought. First, Order forces must move into our former headquarters at Spireton. A simpler task now that you have liberated it. By all accounts, you thoroughly routed the enemy. Well done. More importantly, There is a lift located in Spyreton which can deliver our troops into the Archive to assist you against the Protectorate. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the Archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the Archive by alternate means, via a bridge connected to Newton. Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift currently blocking the bridge. A prudent course of action, though I would also advise caution. Praetor is as perilous as Cloister, if not more so, given the Protectorate's presence there. There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate within the Archive called the Calcaduceus. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the Archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more. Until the Order has control over the Archive again, this discussion is all but moot. You know what must be done. May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
That was some damn fine intermediation, Commander. You might just have a future in finance. You know, after Anti and the Order trounce the Protectorate.
ここで裏切れだったらちょっときついな。
We've successfully co-opted yet another of our rivals. Can't believe those eggheads accepted the deal. What's next on my agenda?
That outside contractor is here. You requested a brief tete-a-tete.
Ah, there you are. Our fresh-faced new go-getter. We meet in the flesh at last. You've proved quite useful. Keep it up. You'll be going places. You don't seem much put off by my appearance. Good. I have no stomach for those with no stomach regarding me having no stomach. It is, however, something of a brand secret reserved for only the most trusted confidants. And covered in detail buried within the confidentiality clause you agreed to on arrival. I trust this presents no concerns for you, yes?
Well, ain't meaning no disrespect, it's just everyone was saying that you were focused on a product launch or avoiding assassination attempts. That's why you weren't seen in public.
Poor dear, believing that erroneous drivel. You do know I have a reputation to maintain. I can't let every run leech know my condition and open the door for plotting. I ask again, do you have any problems with the previously mentioned stipulations? Fortunately, when you're the head of an advanced medical technology corporation, you become first in line for any experimental life-preserving procedures. As far as what happened, I was the victim of an unfortunate industrial accident shortly after we arrived here, the details of which are less salient than the details of what comes next.
Not exactly. Well, exactly. But not in the way you think. We have a mission for you that is vital to Auntie's Choice's survival.
we've uncovered an opportunity to procure me a new, audaciously improved replacement body. There was a past proposal to utilize grafts, but once I saw what happened to those misfortunates in the experiment, like your hanger-on here, the idea was promptly abandoned.
Wait, are you saying that the grafting program was only started up to help you with your condition? And was shuttered because it couldn't?
Yes, keep up, dear. You think we would have invested money in such a risky procedure for gains on the battlefield? Well, that's what bombs are for.
That means your scientists lied to us, and our suffering didn't mean anything at all. Is that right? Me and mine were just lab sprats to you this whole time?
This is what you signed up for. Tell me, did you also believe that we came here to solely liberate Arcadia and not for its resources? Oh, you did. How sad. I'll have you know, we at Auntie's Choice are far from blood simple. Where's the profit in killing all your enemies when you can co-opt and sell goods to them later? Ah, tut-tut. No, to find me the perfect body, you'll be assailing an inappreciably populated automated automech factory over on Praetor. Not just any automechanical, something much, much more exciting. That facility was designed to build complex automechs, a natural choice when the Protectorate began experimenting with a proxy body for the original Sovereign. It was the last in a long line of his ill-fated life extension experiments. Work halted when he died, and the torso prosthesis they developed has been locked in the lab ever since. Make it mine.
There's a sub-facility beneath the automech factory. Its entrance, being hidden, is easy to miss. But we can show you how to find it.
Well then, fetch me my new body, and we can finally begin bringing this system to heel.
I'm damn glad we could get Auntie's Choice and the Order to make peace with one another. I was worried for a minute that the Tsar was gonna pass up a good deal. Reckon this news will give the Ark. Anyhow, was there something you needed, Commander?
We have a wide range of goods for...
まあ、読んでいてもいいか。 どんな体なのか。あ、顔出すようになったんだ。
Expected. Spies from Anti-Cleo! Seize them!
This paradigm we serve.
Unfriendly company.
Really?
Apologies, but Automechanical's work is never concluded.
Hmm. 体に合ったね。
Love, laugh, purchase, and consume with Auntie's choice. As your peerless leader knows of an unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. No, I do enjoy spectacle. Sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The big rift cut off toss volumes from home. But our Arcadian community is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the Protectorate's watered-down rip-off pitch roll, they call it. My, how imaginative. And don't get me started on their arbitrary rule changes. Bronzing is prohibited in the Tuesday and Thursday zones? Why even have the
security zones then.
Soon I'll be able to leave this office in my stylish new automechanic. You're back. Finally. Finally. Do you have it? Did you bring it here? Splendid. Oh, splendid! We'll ensure your reward matches the ample amount of faith I've placed in you. Nay, exceeds it. No additional hidden clauses. Honest. Oh, let me see it. Yes, indeed. Oh, let me look at you, gorgeous. If you'll all just excuse me a moment as I slip into something more formidable.
There you are. Congratulations. Now your body's almost as intimidating as your mind. You've narrowed the gap quite a bit.
Oh, Auntie, you look amazing. Absolutely everyone will want a new mech body after watching you strut the walk.
What about you? What do you think? Any first impressions you'd like to share?
意外と似合ってんな。
Wonderful! Exactly the effect I was hoping for. What's more, it's an undeniable confirmation that the Archive-derived strategic plan can be reliably executed and produces incredible results. With their predictive abilities refining our planning and execution, our market dominance is a foregone conclusion. Yes, so much to do, and we have you to thank for making it happen. I am quite looking forward to you working for me further. As they say, time is capital, time is bits. You're burning lucre just standing there. Go!
おばさんをやる方もあるってことか。ちょっと開けてみた。
Business is much like tossball, a game of inches and footballs, played with an excess of necessary roughness. And like tossball, there's more than one way to make a killing.
これも見ねえわ。なんか新商品とか言ってたよな。本当に新商品あんのかな。一気に進んだな。うん。
Concession sales, invasive marketing hacked it out of the arena with their official Auntie's Choice branded Sprat Crisp penalty buckets. Oh, but I digress. Just as in tossball, we all need to put on our
It's the burning. Need anything?
even zone.
Low.
A marathon, not a sprint to get humped in the Wednesday
think you dropped
zone.
something?
Although it is that too. Sometimes...
Purple berry
probiotic samples from complimentary purpleberry comestibles.
Samples from our nutritious tobacco line.
You can't do both.
Okay, think you dropped something?
Certainly you are. Now, step up to the line of scrummage and let's bludgeon the competition.
At Unrelated Bric-a-Brac, we offer only the one-person...
まあ買っとくか。
Oh, hey, think you dropped something?
Yeah, you... Plenty of opportunists here, eager to take you for all you're worth. You're like...
At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality is our guiding principle.
Made by the finest of Auntie's apothecaries, using the most cutting, excellent...
Conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded
Yes, you!
chemicals.
I'd recognize your kind anywhere.
Choice. An artificial life is a life that's sweeter. Live a life that's sweeter with Auntie's Choice. Item. Business is good. We have positive bit flow. Our portfolio is diversified. But we can always do better. I'll give it to you straight in my quarterly underperformance review. First up, excessive corporate malfeasance. The only division that earns us less when they work more. Ease off the throttle, gang. Won't be any malfeasance if you don't look for it. Next is assertive
Yes, may I help you somehow? Likely by reminding you that this is not the entrance for unwashed service plebes. Please go tell your manager to fire you. Then follow proper protocols, or we'll find other vendors to patronize.
Biological exploitation's output is down 18%. I'm not paying professional hunters to run a petting zoo. Acquire and exploit the local fauna.
Oh, really? You think that you belong in our lounge, dressed like that? 3 cysty pigs in a trench coat would have a better shot at getting in than you do right now. The owner tasked me with maintaining the posh allure of the best choice, and you are hardly the kind of inestimable personage that would be proper to admit.
With the ambition deficient. Respected
A significant contribution to my post-Boniface retirement fund.
Please. There certainly must be a cheaper way inside than giving this slackwit our hard-earned bits.
There are so many reasons to shop for Auntie's
My, but aren't you a charmer? Clearly, there's more to you than the way you dress. Very well. I'll grant entry for the normal luminary rate.
Of customers, we have food and drink for every taste and meal you can imagine, plus a few more that you can't imagine.
Thank you very much for your very valuable patronage. It is our dear...
Retailers for parasite-free purple berries.
Why is it that anyone would want to be in this place?
Product is provided free of charge and is not the property of Auntie's Choice or its subsidiary companies, and the eating of said parasite absolves Auntie's Choice of any legal responsibility in perpetuity throughout the
Everyone has their little hunch about which new product line will sell the most, but I say you need...
Yes, what is it? I'm very busy and I can't spare the time for... Wait a moment. Much has changed since our last encounter. I'm now Deputy Managing Director of Persons Manipulation for all of Auntie's Choice. It's all thanks to you and the information on mental refreshment that you retrieved me. Now even the most stubborn non-consumers can be reoriented, whether or not they desire.
As much as all of you face, rank, and file.
But of course, with what you've granted me, Auntie's Choice will be able to sway the attitudes of whoever we please. No more petty independent will stifling the free market. I hope you'll excuse me. Many people to see, meetings to attend, bits to make. Kidding. Merely.
And don't get me started on their arbitrary rule changes. Bronzing is prohibited.
Oh, look at this one. See? They're letting in anyone now. Well...
Ah.
My conduct is tolerated. Posteriors in the seats. A blood sport without blood sounds like red ink to Auntie. Our tossball teams play for keeps. I witnessed no fewer than 6 critical blood force dramas in last week's contest between the Easy Heel Loafers and Spectrum brand bandits. I pit our bankable tossball team against the Protectorate's entire roster of pitchball pushovers any day of the fiscal week. Even with
なんかあるんだろうな。
32 backs bench, they forfeit by middle time.
Hey, go-getter, get yourself over here.
Imagine.
You. Yes, you. Look, I'll be direct. We've had our eye on you for some time. Practically a minute all told. And I can tell you're the very thing we're looking for. You possess the sort of rugged, nonconformist, individualist nature that our listeners identify with. Or believe they do anyway. From the meekest flunky to the most milquetoast myrmidon, why, friend, you're everything they want to be. There's 2 things I desperately require. Realism, authenticity. Sure, some might say they're the same thing, but I use both to highlight emphatic weight. We're working on a brand new set of advertisements and need your exact kind of distinct perspective.
Evolved, consumed the first of many rivals. But that
He's yesterday's news. Sure, we'll keep playing those old ads. They got a nostalgic appeal for the older set, but his shtick is fraudulent, fabricated, worst yet, contrived. You've got the stuff that can't be faked. Our listeners are sophisticated. They can see right through anything less than 110% genuine. Step inside. I'll introduce you to our main creative type, Mitt Tarkenton. Why, the things he does with words you wouldn't believe. He'll tell you how we do things, how we sell product. Then you provide your expertise, lend your maverick perspective to help him come up with how. All it requires is you be yourself. Unabashed. Head into our recording facility when you're ready. Mitt will be in one of the
Life that's sweeter with Auntie's Choice.
ああ、増えるな。
Review. First up,
Sorry, in the midst of composing my latest product or here for a recording session, and I'm back.
When they work more, ease off the throttle, gang. Won't be any malfeasance if you don't look for it. Next is
Yes?
assertive arbitration.
Can I help you? Ah, you appear like a rugged sort. Let me guess. Thessaly sent you.
That I did. This is Mitt Tarkington, advertising copywriter extraordinaire. Mitt, this is our maverick outsider. They've heard the pitch and agreed.
Charmed. Yes, well, dive right in, shall we? To begin, allow me to share a bit on how we shape ideas. Part the veil about this magical art we call advertising. We're selling dreams of a better life, a better you, connection, and ease from aches, sorrows, and worry. The product is immaterial. We do have one. I'd need to look it up, though. A little background first to frame your thinking. There are 4 personality types we appeal to when writing advertisement copy.
I'm like you.
I'm who you want to be.
I, who have cultivated a persona as a sarcastic doubter, am not normally into things, so you really ought to listen to me about this.
And I just hate that thing that never happens, yet absolutely could.
Any other general questions before we get started?
Imagine, plus a few more that you can't imagine, but that we can sell you recipes for. We are also the only retailers.
All right, I'll ask a few questions about your singular way of looking at things. Then translate your unique perspective into lines for the ad. Now, first question. How can we best understand those like you? Any insight on your kind of unique perspective?
We took what nature heedlessly
All right. Now, I'll reinterpret your response into a line for the ad. Something like, calling you, every people of the great masses. Next question. How do we best illustrate credibility? Say, through something you know, or hate.
enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals
신라에서
with Auntie's choice. Attention any and all no-getters on my payroll. It's time
Right. Maybe everyone watches for your next move, so they can copy it. What's an aspirational goal for those who identify with you?
unnamed and clearly unimportant position within experimental operations.
Okay, perfect. How about your needs are different than everyone else's? Last question. What do you desire most out of life? And I should mention we have a little leeway to fine-tune the product offering.
Demoted for playing confidential logs in a paid public toilet. Not what I mean when I encourage working on the go.
Ah, have just the thing. Now with a full body bib included with every purchase.
Security fundamentals, Reggie. Congrats! You're now
Ah, yes. Suppose you might need to hear it assembled to make sense of it all. Just a moment while we put it together. I can already hear it in my head, and it is perfect.
colleagues over drinks at the bottom rung.
All right, that's a wrap. Roll the assembly. Fine work, everyone. Take a good listen.
Calling you, every people of the great masses. Everyone watches for your next move, so they can copy it. Your needs are different than everyone else's. That's why we've updated our premium cyst rights just for you. Anti-Cleo and Pals deep-fried cysty bits. Now with a full body bib included with every purchase.
This demotions report. Until next time, everybody do your jobs, and there will be a next time. Toodaloo.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume.
Sorry, in the midst of composing my latest product-oriented dramatization.
Purple berry product samples! Purple berry product samples!
Known for her unparalleled vision. I might appear above the occasional frivolity. No.
The recipe of our exclusive cocktail is our most closely guarded secret.
And all of you base rate and follow the big rift
I know. Folks been shooting it. All right.
You have the look of someone with murderous intent. Unfortunately.
Why even have? Oh, and sportsmanlike conduct is tolerated? That won't put posteriors in the seats. A blood sport without blood sounds like... Into ante.
The story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stack the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Auntie Cleo's darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacers Chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer Tyler, 6th base person for the Anti-Cleo's Darlings. I cleaved Spacers Chosen.
Hey, mister, any bits to spare?
Why, looky here. I see you got her message. Glad you followed up. Now, the question is, are you just here to work an angle, or are you moved by our plight? When the brass sets an impossible deadline, who do you think everybody on the floor gets mad at? When trials run late because some lab tech melted, who catches upstairs ire? See, us in middle management, we get none of the credit, all of the blame. Catch hell coming and going, with nary a promotion or raise in sight. Well, we've had it. We pulled our funds to hire a maverick outsider like yourself to collect useful information on 3 local persons of interest to help us climb the ladder. First person is Melquiades Alcantara, proprietor of the Bottom Runger. Came up with this new drink, the Raptidon Bite. Everyone's dying to try it. We want the secret recipe. The second is an unnamed individual. Shows up at the Esplanade every day with a mop and an armed escort. What's his story? What does he know?
And why is he always waving at everybody? And smiling, too.
Head back here when you're done with them two. The third target we'll talk about after. Sort of a controversial figure around here. Consider him a concern for later. Anything else? Oh, nothing so mundane. Alcantara's cornered the market with an innovative concept. Our grand vision is... Okay, wait for it. Now he's done all the work, steal his idea. That's what we want to find out. And that whole smiling business, anybody that's secure in their place, wonderful. See everybody? Things are looking up already. Upper middle management, here we come.
Tramicular, arriving any moment now. Always remember, commercial is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously late...
Avail yourself of my restroom at your leisure.
...bearing neighbors employ. Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now?
Beat it, will ya?
As a member of society, we allow you to take part in public product testing, respecting your right to risk a few pesky side effects as an early adopter. At Auntie's Choice, we understand that the marketplace is dynamic, efficient, and well-suited to the shifting needs of our populace. After...
なんだっけ。 ラプティドンバイトという。
That's what unbridled freedom's all about.
Get you something? Afraid he stepped away to his office. He's around the corner to the right, just past the stairs. Likely find him whipping up a fresh batch of Raptidon Bite cocktails. Won't do it in front of me. The drink's quite a hit around here, and it's Melquiades' own proprietary recipe. People would literally kill to find it out. If I did, I certainly wouldn't think the boss would share that with me. I mean, I've actually been concocting my own cocktail creations in my odd-off hour. In fact, I have. I once made a drink called Death by Purple Berry and also Zeranium Poisoning. Very high concept. Only till next.
Life that's sweeter with Auntie's choice. Item.
Keep it up and we'll name a vodka flavor after you.
Flow. Our portfolio is diversified.
I'm liking the enthusiasm you're bringing to the table.
Fortified.
Here from Melquiades Alcantara. Afraid you're a mite bit late. Investigator Yoshida, Department of Excessive Corporate Malfeasance. Did you know the deceased? Seems like you're not the only one. Were you aware if he had any business rivals, any disgruntled employees? Deals gone sour? Oh, so you were just stopping by to ask about his secret innovation, the one that likely got him killed.
I'm not paying professional hunters to run a petting zoo. Acquire and exploit the local.
No, it would make my day if you were to blame. I only cover internal rivalries. As an outsider, you'd be someone else's department to worry about.
There's a lot of volatility out there right now. The market hates uncertainty.
We mostly just make sure no one's sloppy enough to get caught. If they do, we throw the book at them. And it's a large book. Leaves quite a mark. Of course we have laws. Anyone breaks a few in a flagrant or particularly inept fashion, they need to be held accountable, or everyone's bottom line suffers.
So many reasons to shop for Auntie's choice.
You're clear to saunter freely. Well, maybe someone over. Remember, taste more and feel less. Anti-Fizzo's no more.
And drink for every taste and meal you can imagine. Plus,
Go on.
a few more
You're clear to saunter freely.
but that we can sell you recipes for. We are also the only retailers for parasite-free purple berries.
The term parasite-free indicates the fact that any kind of parasite found in an Auntie's Choice product is provided free of charge.
Look who's back. You. I know one. Valo Andrews, owner of the Best Choice. Wasn't too keen on our success. Melquiades said she's meaner than a bag of Raptidons. I'll miss his wit.
Commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's
The only way I'd ever make it in that place is crawling through a vent. Some of us have pride. More's
Protectorate decide what its subjects get. We respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process our overbearing neighbors employ. Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now? As a responsible member of society, we allow you to take part in public product testing, respecting your right to risk a few pesky side effects as an early adopter. At Auntie's Choice, we understand that the marketplace is dynamic and well-suited to the shifting needs of our populace. After all, that's what unbridled freedom's all about.
Purpleberry product samples! Purpleberry product samples!
The story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend to be handed down for a modesty to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mass mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations who fairly stacked the deck
まさか
against
こ
the
こに
fellow
繋がる
persons
とは
as they tried with us in Tau Ceti. But did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's Choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Auntie Cleo's darlings refused to do what things were down at the end
What
of the
now?
sponsorship series against the Spacer's Chosen.
I'm Jean Turner Tyler, 6th base person.
Have an issue with the service? She's in her office. Door to your right.
Spacer's Chosen's goalie at the end of the 56th inning.
Oh.
Then made a Sunday goal to win the game. Whenever I see a man's grinning face.
What are you doing back here? No one's allowed. Who left that door unlocked? What are you even doing in my bar? Someone will be fired over this.
Then, once they reach the nadir of their sorrows, rehired, only that I may fire them again.
And I don't know what you think you're seeing here, but ignore all this.
Attention, valued employees. Auntie here to brighten your workday with a report on just how
What?
much money your
All
toil
this?
is netting.
Furtive mixing of cocktails is simply how I relieve stress in a productive manner. It's a Raptidon a unique concoction devised by Melquiades Alcantara, who was simply my dearest friend. Or was. I procured its recipe from him before his unfortunate passing, and before you ask, yes, I have receipts for everything.
Not too shabby, but that's small change compared to experimental operations where top lab coats are doing pioneering
No,
confidential work.
I don't think so. Now that we have the recipe for this dreadful elixir, our clientele no longer have reason to stray.
Is responsible for a 28% increase in our entire operation.
Think you're wearing down my resolve, don't you? Ugh. Maybe just a little. Look, I see you're going to be a problem. Just cover my efforts and expenses and the recipe's yours. Our patrons are returning already anyhow.
Top divisions.
赤
Hard feelings really stirring the pot.
Fine, you can have it. But I better not hear one squeak from excessive corporate malfeasance. Here you are, one lightly bloody, slightly less secret recipe. Time for you to blunder out the way you blundered in.
Overbearing tyrannical regimes like the Protectorate want to control their subjects' thoughts, to safeguard them from harm, to hide them away from danger. I'm Auntie Cleo, and I won't lie. The universe is filled with things
That's
that
original.
want to kill you. Luckily,
Hello. Fabulous work. I have something you'd be ideal for. Interested? Or have you already had your fill of the creative side of this business? We've had a bit of a dispute on a prominent aetherwave drama we produce here. Some authenticity. Figured you, being such a maverick outsider and all, would be perfectly suited to advise. It's called Corporate Fixers for Understood.
rejoice with Auntie's Choice. Our product line
Wow.
is stronger than nature.
You're back. You in?
We took what nature heedlessly
Well, wonderful. You were
embedded it through artificial means. At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110%.
Sorry, in the midst of composing my latest
No autographs, I'm
oriented
afraid. Not
dramatization.
outside of special appearances. Normally I would.
Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals. With Auntie's Choice.
This is our star performer and sagest Shilliber, Holter Williger. He plays Rico Sockdolager, head of our top-notch team of paid troubleshooters.
So very glad to meet you, whoever you are.
And here's our lead writer, a master of fervid puffery and dynamic product-oriented dramatization, Ruby Rory.
Charmed, I'm sure.
This is our maverick friend who advised on our latest advert. Brought a real sense of authenticity to the proceedings. More realism than you can shake an actual stick at. The two of you have questions our unconventional nonconformist friend here can answer. Definitively and genuinely. So fire away. I'll leave you to it.
In this episode, we're introducing an important walk-on character. A covert agent type with a hidden past. Someone, you know, full of intrigue. What kind of background would be wholly true and unconditionally authentic to someone like that? Someone like you, but not you. An agent you admired.
Next is Elise
リングしている感じで、これがスクリーンに。
Remember, Elise, when you told colleagues over drinks at the bottom runner that I was, quote, long in the tooth and short on ideas? Then you agonized for weeks that your comment might get back
Fabulous. I mean, so real and realistic. I will endeavor to depict it in the most truly true, genuine way.
I'll be coaching our walk-on's performance. What sort of delivery would be completely honest to this person?
Demotions report. Until next time, everybody do your jobs and there won't be a next time. Toodaloo!
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume.
With Auntie's choice. As your peerless leader, known for her
Interesting. Well then, I shall dutifully characterize your authoritatively truthful direction. All right, now, at this point, I need to illustrate a critical problem that our crack team, along with the walk-on, need to solve. Give me your honest feedback on the read. This manager won't go down easy. She discovered our tampering with the Computronic registry to shift blame away from our client. Now, it blames them for everything. What do you think? Honestly, too much? Was I gilding the lily?
My, how imaginative. And don't get me started on their arbitrary rule changes. Bronzing is prohibited in the Tuesday and Thursday zones? Why even have the T-zones then? Oh, and sportsmanlike conduct is tolerated? Ha! That won't put posteriors in the seats. A blood sport without blood sounds like red ink to Auntie. Our tossball teams play for keeps. I witnessed no fewer than 6 critical blood force traumas in last week's contest between the Easy Heel Loafers and Spectrum brand bandits. I'd pit our
All right. Good feedback. Got it.
Last question. Right afterward, we introduce a crisis of some kind. What Auntie's choice product would be most useful?
Benched. They'd forfeit by nittle time. It would be an embarrassment of body goals.
Perfect, perfect. Incorporate that department's ad copy.
Fabulosity, absolute fabulosity. Always a pleasure to work with you.
Enjoy the simple pleasure of watching professional athletes.
We'll remember that. And likely hire some other grizzled-looking so-and-so plucked randomly off the street. You should start hearing that episode on the wireless anytime now. You've probably already started hearing your advertisement. Well, I hope you look back fondly on this whole creative dalliance. No, I will. Now, just a moment, and we can hear it all assembled.
Fight what nature inflicts. To offer higher quality pharmaceuticals designed to be better than nature. Because nature wants to kill you. Since then, our company has grown, evolved, consumed the first of many rivals. But that original goal remains. One of our goals. Yes, now we strive to spread unfettered free trade and self-betterment throughout the galaxy. But we do so knowing you persist, well fortified by our products. So strive, thrive, survive, arrive. Armed with Auntie's choice. Trust your Auntie. Limber up for a motivating lecture, employees. Just because your Auntie Cleo reached the top
Purpleberry product samples! Purpleberry product samples!
Resonate some bottom-rung relatability.
Samples from our nutritious tobacco line.
Tossball, a game of inches and foot goals played with an excess
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away! Sample one of our popular horse products. They're completely edible, despite any and all of
Hey! Didn't you hear me growl in a discouraging manner? The first testee ain't to be disturbed.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm gonna, converserate a little. Just wait over there for me or something.
As you wish. Retreating to hover at a respectful distance.
Sorry, they get a mite carried away most times. Oh, me? You must have mistaken me for a site sanitation engineer. Well, that's a real compliment. Don't mind them. They're here to make sure nothing happens. To me, that is. On account of being a close personal friend of Auntie Cleo. It's all a bit much, to be honest. But I guess it's like Auntie always says, anything worth doing is worth overdoing completely. She don't go by that no more. Guess I'm still not used to calling her Auntie. Auntie. There, maybe that'll do it. Anyhow, probably shouldn't just mull about here engaging in idle talk. If she saw me, she'd probably chide me for being overly friendly with everyone, like she used to.
Enough of that. You ain't idling, you're networking, expanding business opportunities. That's my go-to line anyway.
Oh, guess I was at that, huh? Thanks. Like your arm, by the way. Mine are just boring metal.
Oh, it saves me from small talk, mostly. Ain't many folk who aren't put off by the limb and avoid me entirely, if I'm honest.
Wait, really? Wait, sure. I mean, guess I can't see the harm. Hey, stay here, will you? Me and my new friend here, we're just going over there, to the bottom rung to talk.
Staying put, but keeping alert as if our jobs and or lives depended on it.
Why even have the T-zones then? Oh, and sportsmanlike conduct is tolerated? That will put posteriors in the seats. A blood
Purple berry product samples! Purple berry product samples!
Our tossball teams play for
Need anything?
I witnessed no.
You learned the recipe? Yes. Tell me and I'll make you one.
Last week's contest between the Easy Heel Loafers and Spectrum brand bandits. I picked
More's the pit.
unmistakable tossball team against the Protectorate's entire roster of pitchball pushovers any day of the fiscal week. Even with
Right, so how does this all work exactly? They bring you a drink, and then people just converserate?
Embarrassment of body goals. Imagine the ad windfall.
Oh, right, and I'd add that big talk is for big people who matter. So we don't talk about work matters or our day. Okay then. What other sort of stuff you want to talk about? The weather, maybe?
Such a relatable interest. See, subordinates, I'm
Sure was determined. I'll tell you what. Made her own healing grease in a rusty old can of Spacer's Chalk. Got one of them entry science jobs at Auntie Cleo. You know, the corporation, not the person. Was a whole different person back then, if you can believe. Started scaling the corporate ladder right quick. Weren't too long before she left the colony completely.
pharmaceuticals designed to be better than nature, because nature wants to kill you. Since
You
then,
think?
our company
I'd
has
sure like to think so. Not that I'd want her to feel bad or sad or nothing.
many rivals, but that original goal remains.
Oh, Felicity Carroll. Dr. Felicity Carroll, eventually. So guess she's Dr. Auntie Cleo now, technically? If that's how that works. She came to be lead scientist of research and development at Numa Experimental Station. I knew her when she was just Felicity, back in the good old days, when the company still did, human testing first, instead of just letting stuff willy-nilly out into the wild like now. I was her best test subject. Guess that's why them guards call me the first testee. Hadn't occurred to me before. Auntie must have come up with it. Oh, you got me reminiscing something fierce. Did I mention she and I shared an expired chum bar once? Good times.
Expired chum bar? It's truly heartwarming. Or maybe that's just nausea I'm feeling.
Maybe I can remember other important things like that. I'll sure try. You know, this is nice. talking like this is much better than when the other person just ambles off like they never heard you.
The story of Auntie Cleo versus the Moon Man is a battle.
Well, you know, I haven't talked to her for, going on 40 years or thereabouts, I think. But, you know, we were real tight when we were nubbins. When she approved my request for this role, I got a letter from her that said, dictated but not read at the end. Like she was talking right to me. Or at me, maybe.
Spacer's Choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Anti-Cleo's Darlings refused to do what things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacers Chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer-Kyler.
You know, you're probably right. Sometimes thought it might be good to hear from her more, but I guess she's real busy.
At the 56th inning, then made a Sunday goal to win the game. Whenever I see that moon.
All I know is one day, Felicity said she was up for a promotion to be Auntie. Said it was Auntie. She told me once she needed to climb to the top no matter what. But that she was real sorry about the people she had to step on to get there, though. Huh. You know what? You might have the right of it. I never thought of it like that before. It just made me sad because she was so sad. That might be all I want to talk about. The rest makes me, you ever have this empty, falling feel? You know, in your chest? Like that, I guess. I don't know, would hate to be rude. You come out with me and all.
Thanks to our marketing wizard selling the sizzle
Oh, okay. Sure, we can keep on, you know, converserating. Just a bit, right? Well, what about? What? Oh, I never been good at lying. I only ever really did it once, when it mattered. Just the one time, to Felicity. She was all crying, told me all the bad stuff she did. Needed somebody to say she weren't a bad person. So I said it. And now I wonder a lot if I am the bad person on account of that lie.
In our entire operational budget for the next fiscal semi-decade. Credit where it's due.
So, maybe I'm not good, but I'm less bad? Less bad is pretty good, I reckon. A less bad person might not need to feel bad a lot. Thanks. Well, you know what? I haven't felt this springy inside since...
Writ large in black ink on our balance sheet. You're welcome, employees.
結局この人の立場変わんねえな。中間管理職の立場。
Everybody, look who it is. All finished? Knew he was connected. What'd you find out? He tell you any secrets about Auntie?
Or inspiring stories about her career ascent? You know, that might act as encouragement to them like us, presently stagnating in our position of paid employee.
Whoa! That's real relatable. I mean, we all done that, right?
Yeah, like she could eat a bar right out of the paste obtruder, the freshest and least natural it's ever gonna be.
What else? Those details were highly motivating, both personally and
diverges greatly from events depicted in Auntie the Musical, the all-singing adaptation of Auntie's life story, which we've all, of course, watched. Didn't make the drink, or didn't make... Oh, I see.
Less we know about all that, the better. But I knew you'd... Right? Here, for your trouble. From all... There's a former Spacer's Choice VIP in the brig. We, tried talking to him, you know, to see if he had any useful dirt. But he's, kind of mean.
Full of
belittling, one might say. But, you know, tough sort like you might have an easier go of it. Nah, they got him set up like in olden times. They let everybody walk up and holler at him. You know, we all been chewed out.
I still have nightmares.
Uh-huh. Likewise. Future generations will tell cautionary bedtime stories about that day. Oh, that sounded very... May you effectuate effectually toward the agreed-upon goal state. That's the middle manager handbook again. Real take-charge stuff.
Tramicular, arriving any moment now.
Purchase and
From pop guns to self-propelled
Can't tell the difference between cover and concealment. The unit a good sale before someone succeeds in ventilating.
As your fearless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity.
Ah, wonderful. More of you. Come to jeer at a fallen old rival like all the rest. Swear I heard from everybody else in this rickety tub. So far, I'm decidedly unimpressed. Been some sorely lackluster heckling from your colleagues. Clever as barbs weren't clever enough by half. Not expecting much, but go ahead. Try your worst. Let's hear it. That was almost all right. Better than most. Pretty so-so. Got anything else? You implying I'm suffering from oxygen deprivation? You do know the only thing keeping us breathing on this tub is an air scrubber built by the lowest bidder. Joke's on all of us. Anyhow, you done yet? Or you got more? Wait, you didn't come here for the express purpose of ridicule and castigation? Well, certainly embraced it, though. Respect the flexibility and commitment. So, all right, I give up. What do you want? By that measure, everyone outside Auntie's choice would be interesting. And trust me, nobody's an inkling as captivating as I am. Look, I appreciate the attention and all, but does any of this benefit me? Because otherwise, you might as well just jeer away. Appreciate the directness. A simple transaction. None of this self-determinism claptrap. Just two people haggling out a deal. Name's Himanshu Tegulapalli, regional brand manager for Tau Ceti, Spacer's Choice. Auntie has it in for all of us former reps, but me in particular. Been humiliating Spacer's Choice every chance she gets. You seen those display images mocking the Moon Man? Dressed up like a baby? Petty stuff. Being completely one-sided. Till now. You bet. I want my turn. Figured I earned it. I mean, look at me. I taped a particularly scathing diatribe earlier. Patch it into the PA system. Let me have my say. The PA system controls are in the back room at client intake. Had it all worked out earlier, before I got caught. The audio cartridge is in an evidence locker in the room behind that desk. Bet if you just ask the guard over there nicely for access, she'd open it right up for you. Wonderful. That broadcast is gonna be the finest verbal rebuke of my career. I should mention, while you're on this ship, Auntie's Choice has a few products what might improve your odor, looks, and breath. Sorry.
Welcome to the brig. Please do not taunt the prisoners. Thank you. Well, you'd probably pay me to remotely unlock it. And/or ask me in a remarkably debonair fashion. right. See that door behind me? It's suddenly somehow been left mysteriously unlocked. Pleasure doing business at you.
Exploitation's output is down 18%. Tranicular, arriving any moment now. Approaching reception. Commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the what is subtext?
Attention all employees of this poor excuse for corporate blundership. This ill-conceived, off-brand take on an oligarch. Attention all employees of this poor excuse for corporate blundership. This ill-conceived, off-brand take on an oligarchy.
Can't tell the difference between cover and concealment. But you need a good set of armor before someone succeeds in ventilating.
Yes, our workers were beaten down by a rigged system and lack of mobility, but no hope is better than... I swear, everybody in this company thinks they're going to be somebody someday. It ain't gonna happen. Auntie Cleo's marketing you a bunch of wishful thinking.
Nice work. A sterling performance by both of us. I've been waiting to give everybody here a piece of my mind for some time now. You've heard about the Spacer's Choice and Auntie Cleo merger, I'm sure. But things went down a little differently than Auntie makes out around here. Auntie was attempting a hostile takeover, but we outplayed her, voted her and her execs out. And we shipped Auntie and all her diehard followers out to Tau Ceti as an example. After Earth went dark, Auntie was technically the senior ranking executive in Tau Ceti, and she used that to take over the colony. But everything she's been doing since has been quasi-legal at best, including her being CEO of Auntie's Choice. With Earth being dark, no one has proof to call her on it.
Auntie's Choice! Darlings! We won! Hostile takeover this! Right back at you! I'm Auntie Cleo, and I endorse this message. Attention valued employees.
This little ruse of hers will collapse and she'll be exposed for every corporation to see. Then, law willing, she'll be executed for treason against a legitimate corporation. If I were Auntie, and thankfully I'm not, I'd say she's betting if she takes over Arcadia, she can prevent all that from happening. Success here leading to success there and such.
Sales of new and improved stimulants and nutrition supplements are up 11%.
What I had to say was more important. People here needed to hear how bad they've been bamboozled by that self-determinism claptrap. The rest is going to come out eventually anyway. After that, we can all go back to exploiting each other honestly. No thanks. Once Spacer's Choice is back in control, I'll be running this place in no time.
I can't believe it. The only reason for her is she told us we were liberators, that anyone could be a hero and be rewarded. Ain't nothing but lies. No. In fact, I'm a mite more galvanized to prove Auntie wrong and make these experiments worth it for us bottom rungers. Sure, she... Anyway, Appreciate you hearing me out.
わあ、もう10時過ぎてる。あっという間だ。これ終わったら終わりにしよう。このクエスト終わったら。
I done falled off the corporate ladder.
Any update on the man in the Moon Man mask? Heard the announcement, assume that was your doing. Wait! What?
Through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals with Auntie's choice. Attention any and all no-getters on my payroll. It's time to recognize that...
No, that was all official. Auntie said there was some real hard bargaining, documents signed in triplicate, and...
Wait, this is bad. Knowing this is not good. This sort of dirt gets a person killed. This may call for an executive decision.
What does the middle manager handbook say to do at a time like this?
Says here, unfinished business leaves one undone. Trim loose ends before everything comes unraveled. Well, that sounds rather dire, you know, contextually. What do all of you think? Are you feeling reassured here? Not sure I am.
I was, but now your lack of certitude has got me starting to worry. Sounds like a tip-top action plan to me. Granted, a call like that's entirely above my pay grade.
We accept your terms. Consider this final payment for services rendered. Never speak about this to anyone.
Oh, you sounded just like an upper middle manager right then, Twombly. Good job.
Your new role as intake greeting specialist.
Hey, mister, any bits to spare? You seem like a go-getter. Let's consume lunch sometime.
ここで終わりだ。